Hello, beautiful people. Can you hear me? 1 second. Okay, let's do this. It is Sunday. Let me turn this music down. And let me turn this camera on. Let me try this again. There we are. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, hello, hello. I am Toonie. Dr. Dady Priest, welcome in, beautiful soul. Apple Blossom, Your Majesty, happy Sunday. I need to hydrate. If you could, please give a shout out for Dr. Dady Priest. Miss T.E. Dennis, welcome in, welcome in. I have tested nothing before this stream. So Apple, if anything is not working, then we'll just have to fix it in another stream. How's everybody doing? You guys can hear me okay? Yeah? Italian gal, hello. Please kiss Shadow for me. I would love to have Shadow for just a few minutes. Just a few minutes. No late night walking of any dog will happen in my lifetime. I say this now, that may change. Okay, so, Apple, yes, you can hear me okay? Yeah, I'm good. So I put this, perfect, thank you. Sorry, I don't have any headphones to listen to myself. Yeah, Italian gal, see that Calgary weather comes in and snaps your soul. And it's dry out there, right? Like that does, it just adds to it. You can't even just say it's cold, it's to the bone cold. It's to the bone cold and dry. And if you do not have ample amount of moisturizer, in my case shea butter, you will end up looking very scaly really quick. So today is Sunday. Hello. I took a nap. I decided to go on a stream and misbehave. And of course, that's why I'm late. So I always say it, and you guys will always hear me say it. Anytime I turn on late on a Sunday, it is DJ Smiles' fault, whether he's here to hear it or not. He already knows this. I already just typed it in his stream. So I apologize. I also apologize because I changed my camera and I haven't figured out how to make this fill the screen yet. So I'm going to try to figure that out on Wednesday. I think I'm streaming Wednesday. I'm going to stream on Wednesday. So how are we doing? That is today's, let me do this while I get myself situated in my chair. Today's topic, really, it is. It's a check-in. How are you? Right? That Smiles, exactly. The nerve of him, that DJ, gosh, Garnet. Apple, dry and crisp. So yeah, when I lived in Calgary for a hot minute, I actually really enjoyed living in Calgary. I've talked about moving back there multiple times, but time zones in my work life, they're 2 hours behind. I'm already at 6:30 calls Eastern Standard Time. Getting up at 4:30 to be in meetings, it's not, that won't do it for me. So I lived in Calgary, loved it out there, Italian gal. Wish we knew each other back then. We could have met in person, but I have family there, so I will be coming back. And I knew about the dry climate, but I didn't understand the extent of the dry climate. So, you know, you'd lather up, you get ready for work and you do your thing, you get ready, you're all moisturized and feeling fresh and everything. And I remember one day I was sitting at my desk and my legs were burning me. And I was just like, why is my leg burning me like this? When I looked at my legs, it was not good. It was not good. And a lot of things are not cheap out there either. So when you go looking for certain products, you have to go to certain areas to get the right price points for our budgets. And yeah, that was not it. So yeah, Calgary, beautiful, Chinook, hailstorm in the middle of July. It's just, yeah, I would move back out there if my work life was different. The quality of life out there is beautiful, even with the dry temperatures. I'm just saying. And the people out there are absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. So now that I've been blathering on, let me scroll back up and see what I've missed. But as I'm doing that, I'm genuinely asking the question because I genuinely want the answer. Today's topic is, how are you doing? I cannot talk for you. You're going to have to talk to me and then we talk together. So let me scroll up. And I'm going right to the top because, of course, I stepped away to grab water because I always have to do that. Apple Blossom. Dr. Dady Priest. I missed your stream this morning, Dr. Dady Priest. I'm hoping that you posted and there's a replay. I really actually wanted to check it out. Those of you who are not already doing so, let me do some commercial marketing plug love to my community. Dr. Dady Priest is definitely a part of the collective as far as I'm concerned. We speak within the same framework of self care and empowering ourselves to take care of ourselves, not just for me. I'm talking a lot of it right now about soul and self. She does talk about that as well, but she also talks about owning your career, being a leader of your own domain, and navigating that way as well on a corporate level. I might sprinkle into that eventually, but you have somebody who's doing it flawlessly well. So please check out Dr. Dady Priest. You will not be disappointed. Tuni Cineri, my beloved, hello. Let me keep scrolling. Italian gal, my Calgary sister who I've yet to meet. T.E. Dennis. So T.E. Dennis and a few others are going to be in a raid coming up a couple of Tuesdays from now. I've not been given the flyer, so I can't speak to it. But if you're not already doing so, follow everybody's socials. It is posted somewhere there. It is 2 Tuesdays from now, so not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. The topic is Strong Queens. There are a number of queens that are going to be on that raid. It will be T.E. Dennis's first stream, I believe. I don't know if she's doing it on her channel or on Six's channel. I can't remember. So be sure to check that out. Let me keep scrolling. Who have I missed? I'm pretty sure I saw Maya Youngster pop in here as well. Maya Youngster, Mondays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. More to come on that. Miriam, welcome in. Thank you for joining me here, big sis, little sis, medium sis. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I saw your message, couldn't stop laughing. Who else is in here that I am missing? I think I got everybody. Anybody else who's chilling? Yeah, Italian gal. So I didn't know about Northeastern. So I heard don't move there. I lived in Mission, which is the downtown core. So I literally was walking to concerts at the Stampede. I actually loved that. I was like, walking away from Fourth Street Ave. I can't remember what you call it now. Everything was walking distance for me, and I absolutely loved that. I barely used my car. The only time I used my car was to do real grocery shopping, because the grocery store that was right by my apartment was robbery. I won't even the prices for like simple pancake powder was like 3 times the price there. You just go down a block or two, and it was a fraction of that. So yeah, the things you learn along the way when you're living in Calgary. But everybody told me Northeast don't live there. But then my cousins are in Airdrie, and they're the ones who actually guided me and told me to Northeast is the place to go and get products that we need. Let me keep scrolling. Six Boss, I was just talking about your raid. I don't have the flyer for it, so I can't speak to it. 2 Tuesdays from now, a bunch of strong queens have been invited to participate. That is the topic. Those of you who are not doing so, please be sure to follow Six. And I do have a flyer for this, so let me do this in the meantime. Let me take off Miss... let me do this. There you go. Six Boss Kicks by Six. White Jean Ready, customized runners, trainers for your spring white jean ready wear, or all year round if you'd care to rock those in the winter. And I'm saying that calmly here because we just got hit with some snow on Friday, and I'm just like, there's no way I'm wearing anything like this outside, but any other day I would take a gamble with it. So by all means, please do check out Kicks by Six on Instagram. Six Boss also streams here, and she also has a raid coming up 2 Tuesdays from now titled Strong Queens. Be sure to check it all out. So let me continue scrolling. And of course, I'm going to be behind today because I'm in my, what about the Kings? Look at that. The troublemaker himself has arrived. And he's commenting from YouTube. Look at that. Those of you, I forgot to say this, I am live streaming right now on YouTube as well as on Twitch. So those of you in either places, hello, my name is Tap the Soul. Today is Behind My Smile. Take a moment and just check in and see how everybody's doing. That is today's topic. So, what did I miss? Maya Youngster, I think you responded. You are relaxed and good today. Yeah, it's nice when that happens, isn't it? When you don't even plan for it, you can kind of do that pulse check and you're just like, everything's good, everything's nice. Thank you for the resub, DJ Smell. So nice of you to continue rocking with the collective for 11 months. Really? I've been around that long? Oh, snap. Wow, that's impressive. I'm surprised at myself. Let me continue scrolling. That just totally threw me off just now. I can't even believe I've been on here for 11 months. Six Boss, got to your comment. Happy lurking. DJ Smiles, you would have to check in with Six Boss in regards to those strong kings that she didn't mention on her raid. Let me continue. Yeah, six, that's how we do. We support people around here in these parts anyways. That's the way it should be done, you know what I mean? If I was being proactive and I just wanted to teeth the flyer, I'd put it up, but yeah, I'm kind of going to be a diva and I'm thinking that you should just hand it over to me and I would post it. I don't just, I'm going to be that girl. So tonight's check-in, it really is how are you? And I'm scrolling because I just want to make sure that oh, let me post this. I didn't wear. See, I'm not in the cool club, so I miss out on these things. So apparently, why is he asking about Kings when he be doing the Black King raid? Oh, DJ Smiles. I don't know if you want to share some more information about that in the chat. By all means, this community is more than happy to show up and support you. Hopefully, you enjoyed your stream today, by the way. I enjoyed the bits and pieces I was able to catch while I was getting ready to be here. Just saying. So yeah, I don't know when that is in February, but those of you who know and want to drop the commentary in the chat, please by all means do so. So there'll be a King Raid coming up in February. What else am I missing? Gotta do a 1-year anniversary stream. Yes, that is in the works. T.E. Dennis, yeah. Yeah. There's a couple things in the works right now. Just happy lurking, Six. There's a couple things in the works right now. Really, it's just timing, right? So those of you who are not already doing so, as Apple drops it and Stream Elements drops it, I got to figure that out. I got to get this timer thing sorted out. So Apple Blossom, I'm trying to minimize you having to do a lot of key pressing. And apparently you and the Stream Elements are in sync that way. So those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to check out my podcast. It is on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. It is also on Spotify. I just dropped a new episode. A new snack was delivered to you on Friday afternoon. There will probably be another one on Tuesday. It should have happened today probably, but I didn't prioritize myself accordingly. It is Soul Bites, your weekly snack from Tap. It will be more frequent than weekly, but at least, once a week there will be something there. Please share, please follow, please turn on your notifications, and also reach out to me and let me know what you think. A few of you have already messaged me, and I really do appreciate the love. Snaky the Legend with the Eyes, thank you for popping in. Those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to give him a follow and check him out. I believe he will be streaming later on at 9, if I'm not mistaken. I believe I did get a message about that. So we have, let me clear my throat. Oh, hold on. Let me go back to this message because I'm like being nosy and seeing things for thank you, Apple. I don't know if it's me because I'm hardwired in, so it should not be me today. It's gonna have to be Twitch that gets the blame. I literally have a cord from my internet box to my PC, and if I'm not paying attention, my face is gonna kiss the ground when I'm walking back and forth. And I have it plugged in since last week, and I have not unplugged it. I'm playing risky, but this is how we do. So Smiles, for the record, I won't be ready for February if this is month 11. No, not at all. The 1-year anniversary of me streaming is just going to be me streaming. If there's any other anniversaries, we'll talk about that at a later date. I almost said something that I'm not ready to say just now. So those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to check out DJ Smiles. He just streamed as a part of the Shellings and Chill family. It was a fantastic stream as always. I was late as a result of him. I got some sass from him, but I also got some beautiful compliments from him, and I always thank him for his support on and off air, and I will continue to do so, even when he does give me sass about always expecting me to be paying attention in his stream to catch his mixes, which I love to catch. If you're not already doing so, please be sure to also check him out on YouTube. Let me do some plugging of everybody right about now. He is on YouTube. I believe he also sometimes live streams there, but be sure to check him out. If you can't catch him here, you can catch him there. And if you miss his stream, you can catch the stream on YouTube. But it's always good to catch it in real time. But the replay is there in case you want to catch it as well. Anything else? He's also on Instagram, but he does not pay me enough to continue his promotional efforts right about now. So I'm going to stop here. and move this conversation along, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some attitude from him at a later date for what I'm saying right now in the stream. And I look forward to it because it's a joy. This is how our friendship rocks and thrives, right? So, and there we go. There's the laughter. And I can actually hear that laughter and a few grunts along the way. Um, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the sass is real, you know. I mean, I was listening and, you know, I commented and I appreciate, you know, you get a compliment and you're all like dewy. I got a compliment from a DJ for what I'm doing here on Twitch. And then you get the sass. You're just like, oof, well, I don't know, that friendship. At least I know it's authentic. So I've been asking, how are you guys doing? How am I doing? I am excited for the week to come. I'm trying to think of all the reasons why. I don't even have a specific reason why, to be honest with you. It is Sunday. I have the opportunity to have a new work week. I'm going to be streaming. I'm working on all this kind of stuff that's going on. DJ Blair, welcome in. Welcome in. If you're not already doing so, please be sure to follow DJ Blair. He's a part of Team Bless, along with DJ Mighty Mike, VI 1980, and 17,000 other names. They're doing their thing within the community. Please be sure to give them a check in and a follow. I don't know when you are streaming again, DJ Blair. If you want to drop it in the chat so the community knows and they can check you out, by all means, please do so. What else? Where was I going on this? So I've talked about the podcast. I've talked about him streaming on YouTube and here on Twitch. DJ Smiles is doing the same. There's some anniversary things coming up. People have raids coming up. T.E. Dennis is going to be doing her first stream in a couple of weeks. T.E. Dennis, do you want to let us know, how are you feeling about that? I'm curious to hear. I remember how I didn't get a lot of prep and warning on how I kind of landed into Twitch, DJ Smiles. But looking back, it was probably one of the best shoves off of the cliff that I can get from a friend. So I will always say that between him and Doc C, I have to throw Stretch in there as well. There have been some key supporters on some of the things I've done, but the heavy lifters is definitely Smiles, which I know he doesn't want the compliment right now, and Doc C, who better be in bed sleeping and not hear this until he listens to the replay. So, T.E. Dennis, how is it being back to work? Being back to work was interesting, to be honest with you. I'm still trying to get back into a proper sleep rhythm. I have not gotten back into a proper sleep rhythm. It was nice to be back, but it was a little overwhelming because, you know, everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's so good you're back. I usually do not take vacation and not log in. So this is the second time now I've done it throughout my entire career, or over 20 years of working. And it's new for me to really not be plugged in, to really separate myself from my corporate life, focus only on my personal stuff that I've been working on here, streaming with you, and just personal life in general. So for me, this week being back, like this week coming up is going to be my first full week because I started late. And I started on Tuesday last week, so I didn't even get a full week in. And then before I knew it, I was at Friday. So I'm looking forward to it. I've been putting a lot of different things in place with my team. I have a team that reports to me. And it's been nice to get back into that workflow. What I'm trying to do is to get into the workflow and not lose the flow of everything that I've been doing here and everything that I was doing on my self-care stuff over the holidays. And I say self-care stuff because some of that stuff really was sleeping on the couch nonstop, Netflix and chilling, working on my brand stuff, like just really just unplugging from the corporate stuff that does sometimes exhaust the brain and really just focusing on everything that I want to do in my own life and my legacy and all that kind of stuff. So it was, it's been a treat. It's definitely been a treat. I'm going to continue scrolling. Anything I've missed? You're a little nervous, but excited. Yeah. You know what? I'm nervous every time I turn on the stream. And apparently I've been doing this for a couple of months now. And it's always the unknown. You don't know if Twitch is going to be twitching. You don't know if who's going to show up. I am completely unscripted, so you have no idea what's going to come into the brain and onto this mic when I show up. I have a general idea, even if I post a topic, but you guys already know we spiral in any direction. I like to go with the flow of what you guys want to talk about. So anybody who has a question right now, who wants to drop something in the chat, please be sure to do so. DJ Smiles, that emote is on the bench. It is lurking. So I'm trying to not say lurking as much. That is just when you're chilling on the bench and just taking in the vibe. Dr. C says in the bushes. Everybody's got their own thing. That's always been it. But most people don't use that emote. I didn't even remember I have it half the time. I don't use it as much anymore. So yes, that is what that is. Let me continue scrolling. Yeah, like T.E. Dennis, we're all going to show up and support you. That is for sure. Like, that's what the community does. That's what the collective does, right? So as much as I know I don't have the flyer, I know that I've seen it. And I'm sure once one person turns on, everyone's going to be buzzing and showing up. So I will be popping in. Of course, I'll be working, but I'll definitely make sure that I chime in because I know you and I were to schedule something. And I really want to see and support your first Twitch experience. So I'll be there. Everybody else, please do so. Follow T.E. Dennis so you could check out her very first stream and everyone that she does thereafter. So who else? Apple Blossom, how are you doing? How was your weekend? Those of you here in Toronto, we got snow. Friday night, I looked out the window and it was clear, and then I looked out the window again and it was zero visibility. Shout outs to the pizza guy who delivered our pizza. Did not feel like cooking, neither did my daughter. We ordered pizza. They're troopers because if I had that job, I'd be calling in sick that day when I looked out the window, and I would not be driving in that to deliver no pizza for nobody. They would have to go and fix their own food themselves or starve. And I guess I wouldn't get paid, but yeah, so it goes. The reason why I wanted today's stream, let me hydrate. There's a reason why I chose today to be a how are you type of a stream, and let me take this comment off of the thank you, Six. How prompt of you to do so. I will put it up on, I think I'm streaming on Wednesday. I don't even have a topic for Wednesday, but Wednesday I'm pretty sure I will be streaming. If you're not already doing so, I don't think I plugged it already, but I know Apple did. IG, Soul Bites, the podcast, Tap the Soul, Born from Music Raid. Yes, the page is going to stick around regardless of what happens with that raid. Follow me on all of those. I post on all three of those. And let's stay connected, right? So let me hydrate. No. Let me, there are those who will try to copy me, but I'm going to be that person, and I'm going to say that I'm often imitated, but I will never be properly duplicated. Just, you can't, like, why would you really? But yeah, no, it's me. It is me. I wanted to have a separate page. There's a lot more that I'm going to be doing with that podcast. Some of it will be a spillover from this, but it's a very different format. I really am. What I've been doing lately is sitting on the chair behind me or on my couch or on my daughter's couch and just recording. Like, I'm not even sitting here with the mic and, the camera and anything like that. But it really is just to stimulate thought. That is the main focus of that podcast, which is a lot of what I do here. It really is to have us think short bites, just short bites for you to noodle on, marinate on. Sometimes it may stimulate you to do something or do nothing, but it really is just that friend in your ear giving you some words of wisdom, reminding you to take a moment to pace yourself. You will hear me say that a lot. And I say that a lot because I need to remind myself to do the same. I have a laundry list of stuff. I still have my bullet journal going here. And for me, I put a plan in place that by the end of this month, I would like to have a clear line of sight and vision for what I want to do for 2024 and maybe beyond. But for right now, I'm focusing on 2024. So, Maya Youngster, you are uniquely you. We all are. But, every once in a while, you kind of see a thing and notice a thing and you just kind of, I think everybody should be uniquely themselves, authentically themselves. That is our purpose. Really, what we do with it thereafter is something, but really just showing up and being authentically yourself is really living your purpose. And that could look very different from what I'm doing or what anybody else is doing in these Twitch streets or just life in general, right? How we live our lives. So my deadline for myself is by the end of this month. I've been working on some projects. Some projects I was working on, it was going well, and then it crashed and burned, and then I revived it. So I'm going to continue focusing on that. Hopefully by the end of this month, I can share that with this community here of what I've been up to. I really want to understand what is my roadmap for the rest of this year, and understanding that things will change and things will pivot. One of the topics that Dr. Dady Priest talked about this morning that I missed, and you have to be ready to address the pivot. So pivot will be a topic that I'll be covering. Apple, I know that we talked about that and the letting go months ago, and I'm finally getting to these topics. But asking you how you're doing today. We are in the middle of the month. It is a brand new year. Everybody hit the ground running on January 1st or 2nd or 3rd saying, I'm going to, and 2024 is my year, new me, and whatever other mantras and mission statements that you've made for yourself. And I've already seen some people post that they have fumbled on some of what they've already wanted to start doing. And I said it in one of my podcasts, like, pace yourself, right? Take your own time to do what you need to do. If you're putting a time on yourself, do so, but do so in a way that allows you to allow yourself grace, to pace what you're trying to do. Sometimes, you know that saying, and I hate the fact that I'm going to say what my parents used to say to me, too much haste makes waste. Too much haste makes waste. You miss stuff, you forget stuff, you remember stuff, or you do things in a wrong sequence of events of how you would prefer to do it because you're trying to rush to get to a finish line. There's no race. Don't put yourself through that undue need of completing something. Pace yourself and just do it in a way that makes sense for you. And don't worry about what other people are doing. So what if they did what you want to do and they did it before you? Who cares? Like, let them do them and you do you, right? I'm missing some comments. DH Lady, hello. I missed a comment that I wanted to post. Hold on, let me scroll up. You can't copy a true initial. You can't copy a true original. That's why the word is knockoff. Tap the soul. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. DJ Smalls, you're on all cylinders today, I see. That's all I'm gonna say there. Toonie, ready to move forward, happily move forward, maybe tell my story, been carrying it around for too long, putting it on paper. Yes, yeah, I actually just posted that on a draft post, pen to paper. I used to say that a lot when I'd post things on Instagram. I think it's important, and you guys hear me say it all the time, right? Having a journal, writing it down, writing it with pen and paper, pencil and paper, whatever you feel to. There's something about seeing the words on paper that makes it really different. And telling your story, I say it as well. Like, I believe every single one of us have a story to be told, and it's up to you how you want to share it. And I say share it. Choose the right method of how you want to share it, and then share it, because there's somebody else that is going through something similar, or it can motivate somebody to feel comfortable to share their story. I turn on when I show up every Sunday, Wednesday, both or one or the other. And this is me life, right? Like, y'all are in my house right now. As I am learning and going through my journey, whether it's the highs and the lows or just the neutrals of it, I share where I feel comfortable, but I do share because I do feel comfortable sharing. And I know that what I'm sharing is helping others, and I'm going to continue to do that because that's my purpose, right? That's what I'm here for. So I'm going to continue scrolling because I saw a comment from Six and I want to post it. I think this is the first time I can say my smile is truly authentic. Aw, I have upgraded my mentality, took lessons seriously and applied them, and gratitude is number one all day. There isn't anything that I can't handle, and I'm truly, truly just happy, peaceful, and thankful. Life is good. Excited about my new house. That's right, Six. You do have a house you talked about last year. And this is, if it shows up, and there you go. That is for you, Six. And for everybody else who needs a hug, there you go. There's your hug from me. It's nice when you feel that. And I've had moments where I've felt that, and then I might get like a kick in the ankle or, kind of sidetracked somewhere. But knowing what it felt like to feel that level of peace, to truly feel that smile, be genuine, it's not a mask for anything. It's easy for me to try to follow the breadcrumbs back to it, right? DH Lady in those eyes. I hope you're doing well, DH Lady, by the way. I took an afternoon nap. Yeah. Six Boss, not knockoffs. uh, your dream home. Yeah. Yeah, that is. It is something. It is something when the pieces fall together. I know I was talking about that in the last stream. Miriam, I think I was sharing with you that I've had life crumble and hit rock bottom, and everyone's version of rock bottom looks different, but I've had it happen a couple of times, and some were uglier than others, and some were not as dramatic as I thought they were. And the beauty of that is that it gives you an opportunity to build again. And once you start building and you start feeling where you were and where you get to, getting to that point again, even when you fall off, really is a beautiful experience. Even if you don't notice it right away, and that's not just to Miriam's, to everybody, right? You do eventually feel that if you're genuinely trying to make the changes in your life that you want to live a more authentic, purposeful life. And it doesn't always have to be cotton candy clouds and skittle rainbow skies, right? But it's as long as you know that when you look in the mirror and you smile and you look at yourself, you're proud of who you are, how you represent yourself, and what you're doing in the world, and what your footprint in the world or fingerprint in the world looks like. So I'm going to continue scrolling. T.E. Dennis, excited about life. Haven't felt fully great health wise for a long time. Lately, I've been feeling great. I forgot what that felt like. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's interesting because I don't even pay attention to things that, beep or do anything lately, or if they are even doing that anymore. I've really just been focused on everything else, not as a distraction, but just really prioritizing my life of what I want to do for me and where I am at this stage, right? So let me continue scrolling, scrolling, scroll. Who has plans this week? What are your plans this week? Six Boss, when you have dedication and discipline, you can live whatever life you want and can imagine and more. No cap. Yeah. Yeah. And I say it too, right? We talked about accountability in a past stream. I have been re-watching my streams. I tell you guys that all the time. You guys really put me through an emotional situation when I go back and I play some of these streams because I don't get to fully absorb the vibe in real time. Like I feel it, but when you go back and you're uninterrupted and you're just on the couch, I really should have a stream that just says on the couch and just call it that. But when I'm on the couch and I'm playing a playback and I have my headphones in, it really is an experience to listen to the commentary. And when I have the chat there showing as well, the comments that I don't post on the screen, but it's still like that I'm speaking to or reading out loud, it like hearing how we all interact with each other, it's a thing. So I talked about accountability last year, and discipline is part of that, right? Putting in the boundaries, reflecting. I am always in reflection mode. I may not be as intense on some days or some moments, but I feel that it's always important for me to be in that reflection state. Not that I'm looking back and staying in the past, but as I'm navigating my way forward or parallel, I can clearly see what changes I've made that I want to make, and I can reward myself accordingly, even if it's just ticking a box on a list and saying, I did that, and then I continue moving on. What did I miss? I missed something that I wanted to pin there. Yes. My plans outside of work and streaming is to focus on rebranding my photography to relaunch next month. And Maya Youngster, might I also add, because she is like sneaking around the streets of social media, not sharing this information, Maya Youngster also has a podcast on Spotify. And it is also, if I'm not mistaken, Maya Youngster, it is your handle as well. So those of you who are not doing so, please be sure to also check out Maya Youngster's podcast on Spotify. It's beautiful to see how we're all branching out and doing our things and really utilizing our creative juices in a way that helps us. Yeah, the photography, I talked about that the other day. I have an M100 Canon that is over at my daughter's place. I used to take, those of you who are old enough, I used to take a lot of pictures back in the day where you had the little Kodak and you had the little blue 4-cube flash on the top, and you actually went and got your photos developed and you had no idea what it was going to look like until you went and picked it up. You didn't have this real-time experience. I used to take a lot of pictures back then. I have photo albums that are just overflowing at pictures, and then I stopped. I've done thought on why I stopped, and now I do a lot of pictures with my phone, but I don't post. I do plan to bring that back. So Maya Youngster, I would love to stay in touch with you when you start to bring that back up too. The M100 Canon is a street photography type camera. There's other reasons and uses for it, but that is the main use. So between using my phone, which I paid for because of its photo quality, and that camera, I do plan to get back out in the streets, just not with that ice cold thing that's going on out there right now. No, I'll pass on that. But I do plan to take more pictures. I think it's important to utilize whatever creativity you have within. Um, and it's not just about healing. It really is just about enjoying your life. T.E. Dennis, I know that you had that as a professional career, right? So those of you who have all of these creative things that you want to do, do it. Even if it's just 5 minutes a day or 5 minutes throughout an entire week or a month, you still did something for yourself that brought you joy. I used to write. I've been writing lately. I don't even write scripts for what I'm doing, but I'm writing outside of that. And that's that's why I'm saying, like, check in on yourself. Let me hydrate. Check in on yourself. So I'm asking the question, how are you? Because we're in the middle of January. Everybody's frantic about their goals, their intentions, their resolutions. Slow it down. It's not a race, right? Take your time. We're in 2024. We're in the middle of 2024. I'm still planning 2024, right? Like, yes, I'm a couple of weeks in. I'm still doing stuff, but it doesn't matter with where you are and what you're trying to do. Take your time and go through it and not worry about what you're seeing other people do and the pace of which that they're doing it. I'm going to continuously repeat that because I'm scrolling through Instagram and that's all I keep seeing is all these different posts. And all it does is it brings a level of anxiety and a few other things along the way where you really just have to understand that you need to separate yourself. And even that, Instagram, take a moment. And I think T.E. Dennis had posted something about that in the I think it was last year. You posted something about purging, like cleaning up, right? So I'm a firm believer that you should always be editing your life. I say refinement is my word for 2024. Refinement is the word for my whole personal business plan as far as I'm concerned, because I think it is really important that you are always refining your life. Even if something is working perfectly, there is no reason why you cannot refine it to enhance it to do even better than where it is, right? Or take something away to make it better. You don't always have to be adding up. You could be neutralizing or removing and still refine your life that way. But one of the things is the Instagram posts, TikTok, wherever else you are on social media. Now that I have now another Instagram page, I'm always intentional about what I post and where, but I'm also getting really intentional about what I scroll and see in my timeline. TikTok is probably one of those that I don't know if I can really get into because I am noticing that I can't control the algorithm to show me content that I really would be interested in seeing. But for Instagram and anything else, I am making sure that if it's somebody that I just don't really, it's not even that they're a bad person. It's just, it doesn't flow with where I am right now and where I'm trying to get to. So I'm unfollowing people. And unfollowing them doesn't mean that, oh, we're no longer friends or I don't enjoy their content. It's just not the content I want to see on a regular basis within my feed. It doesn't mean I still can't type them in and look them up and see what they have going on with whatever they're doing in their business space. T.E. Dennis, yeah. So much similar creative interests. Yeah. There's a lot. I have a lot on the go that I have been sitting on. It's been sitting dormant in some cases 30 plus years. You guys heard me talk about it, right? I should have been doing this many, many moons ago. I'm doing it now. Nothing before it's time. The photography, definitely. A lot of the posts, the thoughts, the writing, it's just, and I have to get out of my own head because I don't really follow how many people are liking my post. I always just feel like nobody sees what I post. So I have to remove that and don't worry about whether somebody is seeing it or not, and just know that I'm still putting my content out there. And I think that's something I'm going to encourage all of you to do as well. Whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're posting on Instagram or you're doing something outside of social media, just keep doing what you want to do and what you feel is right for your creative space. The right people who should see it and interact with it will be there and will do so to support you. Where in this world are you? Is that a question to everybody in the chat, T.E. Dennis? Because you know where I am right about now, in the lovely streets of Toronto. Sex Boss, it only causes anxiety if you compare your life to others. Insta doesn't bother me because Half of the things that people post isn't what they think, practice, or is their real life. Yeah. Things are never as they seem. And when you understand that, you'll have less anxiety, at least for me. Yes, that is true. But there is a lot of it that is happening where you still can get spiraled into it, or you get that little tug, or that little judgment of yourself on, oh, I haven't done this yet and I need to do this because, Becky's doing this and Billy's doing that and whatever. And it may not apply to all of us, but I think it's important that we share these reminders to each of us just so we're supporting each other to not feel that anxiety. And if you need support or help, like reach out to each other as well, right? Like if you're working on something and somebody, yeah, of course, Becky and Billy, yeah, you got to throw them in the conversation, man. Somebody could be knowledgeable to help you on something that you're working with. And it's just finding the right people that you can trust to work with you and support you, right? Because some people will discourage you in their own way, to protect you or to protect themselves from seeing you excel. And it's real talk, right? There are people out there that are your friends and they love you, but seeing you move in a way that is different from them sometimes makes some of those people uncomfortable, and they will discourage you. And it's not even because they don't think you're capable, but that just means that things will change and shift because they're moving left and you're moving right, and it shouldn't be the case. You should be able to move left and right, and the people that are with you stay with you and rock with you. But one of those things have come up a long time ago in these streams, and I have to remember that not everybody is to stay with you throughout your journey. Some people will fall off, and you have to be okay with that. And I'm still working on that part, just putting it out there. Let me scroll, let me scroll, let me scroll. So as I am talking, please continue to share what you're up to for this week. How have you been feeling? How's the new year treating you? Does anybody have other plans that they want to share? Maya Youngster's talking about what she has on the go. It's algorithm. Post something, anything, at least once a day on your story and see how your story grows. Your story views grow in 7 days. You have to be consistent. Yeah, and for me, it's reels. So I already know that the more reels I do, the more attraction I get on my page, whether I'm posting or doing a reel. It's just I have a life, and I don't want to sit in this social media algorithm expectation that I have to post every day for people to find me. So for me, my consistency is going to have to just be put a schedule that works for me, and then my people will find me or they don't. Right? Like that's as easy as it's got to be. Everybody knows by now that I turn on here on a Sunday or a Wednesday. If you don't see me here, something's up. Otherwise, Sunday and a Wednesday, this channel is going to turn on, or it's on YouTube. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, I post on Spotify. Turn your notifications on. There you go. Turn your notifications on Instagram. There you go. I have a lot of notifications turned off for almost everybody on Twitch, but I know my people's schedules, right? So I may pop in and never say a word, but I'm there, or I'm there in my ghost account. But I'm there to enjoy the vibe and still appreciate and support. But you need to control the distractions that you have, because a lot of that really is distractions, and you can have good distractions. It's not impossible, right? Those distractions can really deter you. And that ties back to Six's comment in regards to the discipline, right? That's probably going to come up in February. Probably February. Let me get through the rest of my to-do list and my planning for 2024, and I'm probably going to flesh out some more topics that I know for sure I want to touch in different phases of 2024, and then it's just a matter of which one's going to be the lucky winner on whatever day I turn on my stream. Did he just ask me if I got a tan? He didn't just ask me if I got a tan. DJ Smiles, I'm going to assume that was a typo, and we're just going to let that go, because there's two ways that this conversation can go right now. All of it will be polite, but I know that had to be a typo. So I'm just going to go with that. That's a typo. I'm not even going to post your comment. Typo. Yeah. Network or use your resource. Sorry, network or use your resources. I can't get rid of this. Yeah, Apple, just to double back on that, right? A lot of times we get concerned with sharing what we're working on with our people or with our circle, and you have to build the right bubble of trust. There are key people that I don't do much without consulting them along the way. Even if I don't talk to them at the very jump of thought, somewhere before I do something, I do reach out to a very tiny handful of people, tiny, tiny, tiny handful of people. And I will bounce an idea off of them, even if it's just a random question, and get their response. And then I decide if I want to go further with sharing, or if I want to continue working on what I'm going to work on and then come back to them at a later date. You need those people in your life. You just need to know that they're the right people in your life that is there to support you in the way that you know you need to be supported. And you'll know. You have to trust it, and you will know. Um, just, DJ Smiles. DJ Smiles. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Envy and jealousy are real. They may not want it, but they don't want it for you. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Or for you to have it. Be careful. Yep. Yeah. I've had some real experiences with that. And I've had that happen over the years, but as I am getting older, I don't have tolerance as much. So if I'm just starting to smell that it's like that, you're out of my circle. Like I just, yeah, bye. Just no. Time and energy is non-refundable. You guys have heard me say that the whole time last year. That doesn't change for 2024. Like that is, I do not want to give my time and my energy to anybody anymore who I genuinely know are not worthy to receive it. And even though it may help them and drain me, nah. If it's going to drain me to help them, it's got to nourish me and nourish them. It's got to be mutual. Otherwise, I'm not investing my time and I'm not investing my energy. And it really is that bare bones simple. For those reasons of dealing with the envy, the jealousy, the whatever else along the way, like that's just extra layers to navigate and deal with, when my attention should be focused on what I'm trying to accomplish, not trying to deal with other people's reactions and emotions to things that I'm working on, right? Um, you got T.E. Dennis and my youngster doing some stuff over here, so I'm gonna just, yeah, yeah, yeah. My business runs off of IG, so I guess it's different for me. So six, yeah, but I think for yeah, yeah, I get where you're coming from. Like I know some people who do this purge off of IG, like purge, like go quiet. I won't do that because that's how I communicate with 90% of the people that show up here or that I interact with, whether it's in or out of Twitch or YouTube or Spotify or just life, right? A lot of people I don't talk to through my WhatsApp. They don't have access to me. They communicate to me via IG. So I can't decide I'm going to do 30 days of quiet and just turn off my social media handles again for that exact reason. It's funny because I remember having a conversation with somebody and I couldn't understand how business people have their page to private and it's not their personal page, it's their business page. How do clients see you for your services or your product if your page is private? Have a private page, block it from the world. But if you have a public page out there, just govern and manage. And to your point, like it becomes a daily experience, sometimes exhausting, but just manage the flow of what you're seeing and who's trying to reach you and have access to you, right? But I think a lot of times we need to rely on IG. Every social media point that's out there, we need to utilize them in a way that's going to help our business grow, regardless of what our business is, because we're now virtually international. Like I'm talking to folks all over the world. You're talking to folks all over the world. If it wasn't for Twitch and other social media platforms, that wouldn't have happened. So in order to stay in touch, we need to continue using these tools. Just use them in the right way, right? So yeah, let me scroll. I've been playing with it. I have no idea if it's working. I'm having fun with it. Yeah, discipline. Yes, discipline. I am very disciplined to show up in certain DJ streams and be a shit disturber. Yep, I said that. I'm really intentional about showing up in certain DJ streams to be a shit disturber. That level of discipline to show up, I should be rewarded, but here we are. That's how it goes. Um, yeah. So I've done that, Six. So I converted my page over to business, and you do see a lot of analytics, and it shows you the impressions of who's checking your page, not necessarily the who's, but it does give you enough information there for you to see. I know there's always a thing about the best time to post. The best time for me to post is when I'm able to post. That's where I'm at. I'm not going to be waiting on a clock or setting a schedule in my social media stuff to only send something at 9 a.m. in the morning or whatever time it is at night or whatever. When I have a vibe to post, I'm posting. And when people see it, they see it. That's always how I'm going to have to take that approach. Um, Let me continue scrolling. Maybe you need something warm to drink as well. No, I need to wrap up the stream in the next 10 minutes, probably, and wrap this up. I actually, Six, I haven't been feeling well. So I think you guys remembered that I got in some unpleasant health around my birthday in November. Every once in a while I go through this coughing fit that just shows up out of nowhere and I can't get rid of it. So the last couple of nights I've been coughing throughout the night and sometimes I don't even notice it. My daughter's the one who's made me aware when I'm over there sleeping, which seems to be all the time lately. And she'll be like, "Are you feeling okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." She's like, "I can hear it in your voice." I can't always hear it in my voice, which might be old age going deaf. But we're not going to talk about that part right now. We're just going to focus on the fact that, yeah, there is something still going around. And I think it doesn't matter how much we take care of ourselves, we still are always going to have germs that are lingering that are just going to decide that they want to take control. So I'm probably going to have to chug some Buckley's or some Neocitrin later to try to help deal with this. And then the good old remedy of some honey, ginger, lemon concoction always does the trick as well. So those of you who are not feeling 100%, please do whatever you need to do to take care of yourselves. And those of you who are, please maintain doing whatever it is you're doing to take care of yourself. So I'm going to wrap this up in about 10 minutes. I'm going to scroll and see what other comments I missed. I like that. Bubble of trust. Yeah, my bubble keeps shrinking. And it's impressive because I didn't really have a bubble to begin with. My bubble was to keep everybody out, and then I let some folks in, and then I've had some unpleasant experiences, and not even that they were horrible. They just didn't align with who I am, my energy, my vibe, where I am at this point in my life and what I'm trying to do. So I had to edit it. I had to refine it. And then I've talked about that in the past, right? You go through grief, that void of no longer having, I'm going to say Billy and Becky, just because you don't want to fill in the space with somebody else, but you do recognize that there is a void of no longer having that person or that situation in your mix anymore. And that's where you find distractions, good or bad, or you just go through the loss, you appreciate the grief, you appreciate the journey of what was, and then you continue moving forward because, although somebody has no purpose in your life for your journey going forward, it doesn't mean that there aren't other people that are lined up, ready and waiting to participate and support in your life on the next leg of the journey of wherever it is that you are. Just food for thought, something to remember. There's a podcast coming later if my voice will hold up. I do like that though. Bubble of trust, bot. Yeah. Yep. 6. Hold on a minute. First of all, 6. As we talk about discipline and distractions, let me just be that person. Didn't you say something about lurking like a good 20 comments ago? I really appreciate and like that you're here, by the way. But yeah, let me read your comment now that I throw some words your way. Right, people. When I fixed my circle and who has access to me, everything changed. People come with energy, and it's not always beneficial to you. Now I ask myself, is this person good enough to F with me? Not am I good enough for them? And that is a switch. So yeah, 6, I have to say I relate. My value and self-worth went up. Yeah. And there comes a time in our lives, right, where we have to appreciate being lonely. And I said that with air quotes because people have very different definitions of what loneliness looks like to them. I know I've said it here in a stream when I've done one of my Behind My Smiles. I was on a stream with a bunch of you, and I still said I felt loneliness. And you could be lonely in a crowd of people. You could be lonely in a relationship. That can happen. But as I'm navigating my way through, I am very much content being by myself and alone. But I've also learned to appreciate that loneliness is some of the most quality time that you could spend with yourself, and realizing your self-worth versus trying to be with somebody to help authenticate your worth or to put value to your worth. It makes a difference. And sometimes it is hard because you do have to change. And again, it's not even that you're in an argument with some of those people. They're good people. Like, you wish them love and light and all of the good things. Just their journey and your journey, they just different paths. And I wish everybody all the best in their journeys on wherever it's taking them, as I hope they're wishing the same for me. even if I'm not rocking with them as closely as I was before. But some people don't see that. They just automatically see, oh, well, she doesn't call me anymore, so blah. Yeah, I don't call you anymore because I'm focusing on what I'm focusing on. But if you're so concerned about the non-phone call, I don't know, pick up the phone and call, right? You can still check in. And I will do that to people I don't really still keep in touch with, to check in on them. But I'm not going to say I'm going to be back to talking 24 hours a day. I still want to just wish people good. But to your point, you absolutely have to level up on your own self-worth. Definitely have to. Yeah. I like how you said that, though. If the person is good enough to F with you versus am I good enough for them? Yeah. Your personal IG is private, my business one. Yeah. That's it. Like, yeah. It's a whole other conversation. I just remembered like trying to have a conversation with some folks and so yeah. And I'm just like, I have access to you. I can't repost anything that you're posting. How are people going to know that you're trying to do something? I don't want to have to screenshot your thing and post it on my thing and then tag you. And that's too much work. If you want support, make the page available to get that support, right? Lily, hello, beautiful. Where's our dinner? Thank you for joining us, and hopefully you have dinner for all the rest of us. Six Boss, yeah, that's who I was referring to. There's a few others as well, but that's like the main offender right about now. But and I'm not posting that because I don't need to say his name and he pops in and says something else, and yeah. That's kind of why he didn't bug me on Twitch stuff. Oh, it's no worries. Yeah. My illness or lack thereof, or very much so, never determines my availability to do something. If people don't reach out to me, and this is not even about you, Six, somebody else made a comment to me in an Instagram message that was going back and forth for a while. It was a good conversation, but they felt that I was disengaged with what they were working on and what they were doing. And I said, I'm disengaged because I've been so heads down on what I'm doing that when I show up on Instagram, I'm selfishly showing up on Instagram, posting my stuff. I might scroll and do 1-2 things and then I'm gone again. So I've been behind on messages and I've been behind on what people have been posting. But then I get into the spiral of it where I'll sit on the couch and I'm spending like a whole hour and change just going through people's posts and catching up with what people have been up to on their life, right? So it's balance. I'm going to throw that word out there as well. It's discipline, it's balance, and it's making sure you know who belongs in your bot, your bubble of trust. Toonie, I like that. I really like that. I saw the emotes. The security is in the building. Those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to follow M. Lewis. He has got a stream. I don't know when you're streaming again because I don't see anybody stream anymore, but please be sure to drop it in the chat and let us know when you're turning on again. It would be awesome for us to catch it. Trini Gal. It is so lovely to see you, beautiful soul. Peace of mind is everything, isn't it though? It is. Boop, 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 boop. Dry foot, hold on a minute. This is what I've been missing when I'm sitting here yakking and not scrolling. Let me catch up and do some hellos. So Trini Gal, it is so beautiful to see you here. Thank you for joining. M. Lewis, thank you for being here. I'm going to scroll and hopefully catch when you're going to be doing your next pop-up stream. Dryfoot Andre, it's been a minute. It has been a minute. I'm wishing you and your family all the best for the new year. Please tell your sister hello. I have to message her. It's been decades and I have not connected with her in person yet. Yeah. I'm trying to do that better in 2024 as well. I'm trying to actually see people. I've avoided people for a long time, so I'm trying to actually see people and hang out and get together. I'm trying to do it a little bit more within reason, but I still want to actually see people and not just here on these streets, these Twitch streets. Just Chance, good morning. So nice of you to be here. Thank you for being here. You should be in your bed sleeping. My youngster, enjoy lurk mode. I know you're already gone and doing that. I saw somebody else up inside here, and I know that they don't really stream anymore, but they've got the outside on lock, and I believe it was DJ. Let me scroll. Did I see it? I'm pretty sure I saw it. He's got such a unique emote that he always, there we go. I'm going to pin it. There we go. DJ Kid C, as we move. That emote was signature. Anywhere I saw that emote, I knew that you were in the building. I am wishing you all the best to you and your family as well for the new year. M. Lewis, you're not streaming. Okay. Let us know when you are. And I'm always saying that. I'm always telling you guys, let me know. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Even if I'm not there physically or I'm lurking under my ghost account, if I can still push the information and somebody sees it somewhere, that's how the community grows, right? We need to just support each other with whatever we're doing. And as I just said, I'm notorious for missing things when people post it. Shoot me a message if you want me to pass through, pop ins, help support, whatever it is, right? I will help wherever I can. So I'm going to stick to time. 2 minutes. We are wrapping up. Do, 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 do. I want to post this one for sure. Yeah, Trinigal, thank you. Yeah. So, Lily, so nice to hear about everyone's progress and success. I recently started upping my focus on my goals, and everything shifted from feeling like I have to do XYZ to I want to do all the things, actually enjoying the work to get to where I want to be. And that is, it doesn't get any better than that. That is it. That is it. And I just throw in there, at your own pace. Like that's probably like the signature line that you guys are going to continue hearing me say, because I'm continuously reminding myself at my own pace. I want to do 20 million things and I want it all done in 2024. Not realistic. Not realistic for them to be healthy accomplishments. So I have to remind myself. And if I need to remind myself, then it's only right that I support my collective, my community, and I remind all of you guys as well too, at your own pace. But I absolutely love it. No at 9 p.m. Why? Just chance. I'm clearly missing something. Is it not good morning for you? Are you not in? Yeah. DJ Kid C, drop when your next gig is outside. Those of you in the streets of Toronto, if you've not already been to a Kid C jam, be there, go there. It's interesting because I don't think we've formally actually met in person, but I've been to your gigs. Actually, I'm thinking I've been to your gigs pre-Twitch life too. So yeah. When you move in the same circle of people, you don't even pay attention who you've officially met, because I was never one of those where I had to take a picture with everybody. But I'm going to start getting to be that person to start taking a picture with everybody. So at least I have memoirs, content when I decide to write my memoir. Yeah, I said that out loud. I do plan to write that. TikTok. Okay. Those of you who are on TikTok, please be sure to follow mlewis416 on TikTok. I'm curious to know how your TikTok success is going. I don't use it enough. I just talked about me struggling with getting the algorithm to work in my favor. Hopefully you are having a successful path with it. And I'm just going to, sorry, Apple, I don't know if you're still there. Sorry, I'm scrolling, multitasking. I'm trying to make sure I can get ready to line this up. For the bit, thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. M. Lewis. So M. Lewis 416. I think I am following you on TikTok. I need to figure out my TikTok game either way. So I'm going to check that out. I don't want to be one of those as well where I'm going to dismiss certain social media because I feel I'm not age relevant, because I think that hurts a lot of us from actually growing. So I will at some point figure out how to use this TikTok thing in my favor. Definitely. So Channel 9, and you have a jam, a 90s jam. I'm gonna find it. I'll repost it. Yeah, definitely. Oh, just chance you're the one who's getting a 10. So Smiles is asking if I got a 10 when really he should be asking you those things. See, I didn't even know that you were. Yeah. I'm nice, very nice of you. So those in Manchester and those in the UK that are freezing their butts off, us here in Toronto, you're getting sunburn and and sand in places that probably we don't want to talk about. Hopefully you are enjoying your time, and thank you for being here while you're away in Tampa. I do appreciate you being here as well. Thank you. Similar content, short form. Yeah. I'm promoting everybody. Listen, I'm going to start charging all of y'all for this free promo that I'm giving as well. I'm kidding. February 16th, tickets are only $10 in advance. You, Scott Boogie, and DJ Channel 9. Now that's an event. Yeah, that's an event. Toronto heads would know if you're about yeah. This is the stuff that people miss out on. And Smiles talked about it earlier in his stream. I was paying attention, where certain DJs here on Twitch, because outside DJs are a whole different vibe and energy, but a lot of the Twitch DJs are really missing out on the opportunity to really expand their platform of people, put it that way, because they are, there's no polite way to say it, they're stuck in a box, right? If you are only playing hip hop, you also play R&B, you also play reggae and house and soca and calypso and all these other genres. But when you turn on your stream, you're only going to be playing hip hop. You are missing out on an opportunity to nurture the people who come to your channel, to think outside of their own box and enjoy something other than hip hop. Yeah, some people may leave your chat, but you will also expand and have other people appreciate good music. I'm not a strong soca head, but I know when certain DJs start playing soca, my waistline is activated and I can enjoy it, right? You have to be open to the music. And I'm saying that because I find a lot of time, whether it's me streaming, doing what I'm doing, or you have DJs playing, we get really comfortable and safe in what we're talking about or what we're playing. And I really think that we have a responsibility to nurture those who come to our channels. And by playing and doing what you're doing, you're giving other people the opportunity to learn, grow, and maybe even try doing what you're doing, right? So yeah, definitely like the idea about you doing similar content on TikTok. That's what I've done. I posted 2 things I already had on Instagram, and I had some interesting messages that followed from that. We'll see where that goes. So on that lovely note, did she just drop a Barbie emote up inside my? Yeah. Yes, you are here. So Chance, and you're giving me an opportunity to wind this down and just promote everything one time. So Apple, if you can get ready to start setting up things, I'm going to start to wind this down. First of all, I'm going to say to everybody who is here, your time and your energy will never be disrespected. It is with full gratitude that I appreciate every single one of you that shows up and tunes in, whether you're chilling in the back on the bench or you're actually active in the conversation. I appreciate you either way. It is non-refundable, and I want to make sure that if there's anything or something that you can take away from this conversation, whether it's for you or somebody else, that it happens. Just the fact that you are here, I appreciate you because you're showing up for me and I'm showing up here for you first out the gate. Those of you in different time zones who show up, I want to say thank you as well. I really do appreciate the fact that you tune in. I turn on, it's unscripted. I'm talking about life. Everybody shows up on Twitch mostly to get away from life. And you show up and you're here. I appreciate you once again. Just Chances in Tampa on vacation and she's tuning in. Thank you. Those of you who are not already doing so, you can find this on YouTube. So if you're not able to catch this live, I am live streaming right now on YouTube and on Twitch. But if you're not able to be here, the replay is sitting on YouTube for eternity. I am not taking it down. I actually have more stuff to add that I haven't posted yet. Part of my to-dos for 2024. I am on Instagram. I've just talked about social media, everything. So I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, I'm here on Twitch. I'm on Spotify, I'm on Apple Podcasts. I think I'm on Google Play, or I will be on Google Play. The handle for everything, Facebook, is Tap the Soul. That's all there is to it. Tap the Soul, spelt the same way in every platform. If you're looking for me, find me. Decide when you want to turn on the notifications, and if you need me for anything, reach out, and even if I'm not swift, I will reply back to you and we will talk and we will chat and I will support. If you guys have stuff that you're doing, send it to me and let me know. Depending on what it is, I may only post it from my Born for Music page. Otherwise, I will post it from my Tap the Soul page, just so my community can see what's going on. If one person joins, they join and they see what you got going on. So Wednesday, I'm turning on. I don't know what the topic is, but I'm showing up at 6 o'clock on Wednesday for probably about an hour and a half. And we could just connect. If I have a topic, it will be on, it will be posted on Instagram. You can catch it there. If you have anything else that I have missed, because I'm going to scroll right now, let me know. While I'm scrolling, I'm going to hydrate. Yeah, if every DJ is playing the same hip hop show or dance, it's more likely to go. Yeah. I'm trying to do. Yeah, that's a different conversation for a different day. I will not start that conversation today. Yeah, hence why I believe the future of streaming, multi-platform, bigger, more diverse. And you see, Twitch. I just want to close on this. So Twitch, when I was gonna do streaming from YouTube and Twitch had sent out the notice, the email, it went everywhere saying that you were not allowed to multi-stream. And I was just like, well, so much for that idea. And then they've been getting a lot of backlash and then eventually decided that they now are going to allow it. And that's, as soon as I saw that, I'm just like, YouTube. I know I don't have a following on YouTube, but you build, you grow, right? Do I want to do so on Twitch? Do I want to do something on Instagram? Absolutely. The audience is always going to look different, but we have to be open to growing our creative platform in a way that allows us to meet more people, educate more people, and just interact, right? We're international. So, on that lovely note, let me open up this page and see if Miss Apple has gotten ready to start the raid. If there's any comments that I miss, I will be watching the replay. I will be sure to catch up to anybody and send them messages where needs be. I want to say again, thank you to everybody for being here. Please copy the raid message. Maya Youngster, thank you. I will try to catch you tomorrow at 10. I got to work on being a young girl again that can stay up at 10 o'clock because some of you already outed me about that as well. I don't do well after 10 o'clock when it comes to being in Twitch. But those of you who are not already doing so, there's all these fabulous people. I now understand why all the folks will say, everybody follow everybody. Everybody follow everybody, because you don't know who's going to turn on their channel one day and start doing something that is creatively them to entertain and educate and nurture all of you. With that said, Apple, please do the honors of turning on the raid chat. The raid out. And those of you who are not already doing so, you need to come to February 16th. The Twitch feeds will be there. February 16th, it's a long weekend here in Canada. Kids, see, I think I'm going to try to be there. Yeah, I just said that publicly out loud, so you can hold me to it. February 16th, I'm going to try to show up. Everybody have a fantastic night. We are raiding out to DJ Miss Vegas. I haven't been there for a minute. Everybody have fun, be safe, pace yourself, go at your own pace. Stop and ask yourself how you are doing. Reward yourself for where you are and where you're going. And on that lovely note, I'm going to put this flyer up if you're not already doing so. Check me out on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Soul Bites, your weekly snack from TAP. Have a great night, beautiful people.